Hey everybody, welcome to a chair yoga practice that will target some active range of motion for our wrists, arms, and shoulders. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and get started. We can begin by taking a comfortable seated position in a chair. And if you'd like to prop your feet up on something like a step stool or some yoga blocks, that can sometimes be a very comfortable option. And so right away here, let's go ahead and just start to breathe a little bit deeper and start to move around just kind of organically. So if we wanted to just kind of take some spinal circles or even some, cat-cows, really just kind of moving around in any way that feels good. And during this time, to really send attention into each part of our body, so that we're able to pay attention to our sensations and our experience as it's happening. And after a moment there, we can start to settle in a neutral pelvis and a neutral spine position, which we just get more sensitive to feeling that accurately over time and with practice, quite honestly. So feeling here that the sitting bones are grounding down. If you can't really feel them that much, kind of tilt your pelvis forward, scoop it underneath, see if you might be held back in any part of that movement, and then start to discern, can I get my pelvis in an upright position? Can I let my spine follow that all the way up, shoulders over pelvis, ears up and back over that? And now we can begin to move a little bit in the shoulder girdle. So if we take our hands right to the front of our shoulders, we can begin tracing some circles with the elbows. So forward, out, and down behind us. We can just take that a few times. And take this opportunity to try to teach the shoulder how to do shoulder things rather than having the spine or the ribs come along for the ride. So start to get sensitive and see, are my ribs moving during this chain of motion? Is my spine moving? How can I minimize some of that? And take the elbows in the other direction. So that when we ask our shoulders to do their own work, what we're doing is we're strengthening and mobilizing all the tissues in the arms. So from the shoulder down to the elbow, all of that tissue surrounding the armpits, even on the front of the body, the back of the body. And now for a little brain challenge, let's see how we like this. Can we start to take our elbows in opposite circular directions? So this is a little challenge for the brain. And the brain is just gonna give the command and you see how the body responds. So if this coordination isn't quite here for you yet today, know that the important part of this movement is really having the brain send the command. And can you change direction? And after this last one, we can relax the arms down by the side and we can see how it feels to lift the arms out like airplane. And again, we want to let the shoulders do this action. So get sensitive. Are you kind of leaning back onto your rib cage or into some part of the spine here? Get everything nice and neutral. So you're not just training the shoulders to do their own things, but you're training the whole torso to resist any disturbance that might happen. And so here we just want to see, with the arms out like wings, can I rotate my arms open from the shoulder girdle? And can I rotate my arms closed? And so just doing that a few times. And then the next time that the arms go open, let's see, can we hold that? And we'll do a little bit of active wrist work here. So from here, let's start with the palms. Let's start with the palms facing down. Can we extend the wrist by pressing the palms forward and pulling the fingers back? And then can we flex the wrist like we're showing off our rings? And working to hold the forearms nice and stable, we can continue that pattern. Also looking for any little bits of compensation in the torso. And see if you can really get the forearms to create this movement rather than the fingers sort of leading and sort of yanking the wrists in those directions. If you can get a little sensitive to that. And after this last one, releasing the arms down by the side, anything you want to do to feel good, of course. And then we can continue working with the wrists. So if we take the arms in front of us with the palms facing up, again, feel the pelvis, the spine in neutral, the chest is open. And from here, let's start again with flexion and extension of the wrist. Now the arms are just in a different position. And so you can start to see the difference. And then as you bring it forward, go ahead and just build some fists with the hands with the thumbs wrapping around the front. Actually look down at your wrists and let's say like I want to freeze my forearm in space all the way from the elbow to where the hand starts. And just moving at the wrist joint itself, can I take the hands in some controlled circular motions? And it's gonna be probably less range of motion than you might think that you have or that you're used to doing. But the point is here to get the wrist to do wrist things rather than doing something like this where the forearms are moving with it. And sure, it looks bigger, but it's kind of non-specific, and so the benefits are kind of wishy-washy. Here we know exactly what we're getting. We're strengthening and mobilizing all the tissues, change your direction, around the wrists, in the hands and forearms. And you know, we're sitting in chairs, we're probably typing, holding our arms forward. So this is one of the better things we can be doing for our wrists, especially if we feel pain or tightness or inflammation in these areas. Go ahead and stretch and curl into the hands a little bit here. Last few breaths. And it's here that I'll leave you to carry on with the rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining in today's chair yoga practice for the wrists, arms, and shoulders. I hope you feel great. I'm Brentan, thanks for watching, and have a good day.